For September 4th, 2015, from the stylish high-tech underground studios of Ribbit Media in busier than a one-armed paper hanger, Cranston, Rhode Island, this is NewsUndies. For September 4th, 2015, this is NewsUndies, all the news that shouldn't be news. This week we're going to be doing something a little different. I've been offered a second role in our local production of The Crucible. It's a pretty huge role, and pretty much dominates Acts 3 and 4. I have a lot of lines to learn, so this week I'm taking the lazy route, while still hoping to bring you some laughs. This week we'll be taking a look back at some of what was going on this time of year back in 2010. Link to the full episode, NU1536, in the description below. With that in mind, I'm Paul Torville with this clip show. Getting off light. Unscarfed woman's sentence reduced to 99 lashes from death by stoning. Killer Kiwi Quake. Bad, but no Haiti. Just in time, Sony's iTunes killer features nothing compelling. September just got here. So did the snowblowers. Bristol Palin. Back when I was a kid, the Nixonian war on drugs was still pretty hot and heavy, and by the 5th grade, the official line, which was part of the public school science curriculum, was that all drugs are bad and they all have bad side effects. Even at that time, there was an alternate viewpoint held by various respected public figures. That viewpoint was that making drug use criminal makes criminals of drug users, whereas legalized, controlled, and taxed drugs bring drug use out of the shadows and provide a new revenue stream. Prohibition of alcohol in the early 20th century failed. It failed so epically that it was the only amendment to the Constitution to explicitly restrict or eliminate rights, and the only one to be repealed. By many, if not most accounts, marijuana is less harmful than both tobacco and alcohol, which are both legal and heavily taxed. Well, now there's a proposition on the California ballot, Prop 19, to decriminalize marijuana. On top of the same old make it legal and tax it arguments, now the advocates of Prop 19 are suggesting that bringing marijuana out of the shadows will help starve out the Mexican drug cartels, who, it is argued, depend on the illegality of their illicit product to keep demand and prices high, so to speak. If you drive in Ohio, you may want to stop for a while and let the wackos wipe themselves out a little. 2 cases in point. First, Brendan Eden of Mason, Ohio, passed a state cop on I-675 in his Pontiac Firebird doing well over 100 miles an hour, slipped down into the grassy median, caught air off a guardrail, and hit the center support of an overpass. The car split into 3 main pieces, and Eden was ejected. He was taken to a nearby hospital and is expected to recover. Second, Calandra Hamilton was pulled over in Cincinnati for an equipment violation, and when the officer on the scene arrived at the driver's side window, there was Hamilton with her pants opened and a sex toy in her lap. She reportedly told the officer she was working it while driving and was watching a video on the laptop held by her passenger. Officers searched the vehicle and found a broken crack pipe. In addition to the drug paraphernalia charge, she was charged with driving with impaired alertness. That's a huggably soft name for twisting one off behind the wheel. Finally, and I do mean finally, we all saw this coming, didn't we? The blowout preventer from the Deepwater Horizon has been raised, and it has a hydraulic leak, a dead battery, and was not federally inspected as it should have been in 2005. Great. Well, that's all for this edition of NewsUndies. If you see news that shouldn't be news, you can submit your story tips online at newsundies.com or on Twitter with the hashtag NUSTip. NewsUndies is a weekly show, but we'll be taking next week off for the Labor Day holiday. I'm sure nothing exciting will happen. And we'll be back on Friday, September 18th with fresh undies. If you like this video, please like this video. If you like the show, please spread the word. Got a question, comment, or suggestion? Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, circle us on Google+, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, ignore us on MySpace, tell your friends, and buy NewsUndies Kitsch at newsundies.com. Thanks for watching. For all of us here at NewsUndies, until next time, I'm Paul Torville. After that, I might be condemning John Proctor to be hanged. That's not nice.
I just want to tell you good luck. We're all counting on you.